Apparently, there's been a lot of like drama coming from Chris abroad, ranting on CDawg stream, talking about Mr. Beast and how bad it is for YouTube. And I kind of want to take a look at this video.
Did you? I want to see if you saw. Did you see the Mr. Beast thing where he rented out the theater to eat his Lunchables? And
I saw this video, bro. This was the cringiest thing I've ever seen. He looks AI. Like, have y'all seen this video? He looks AI. This is the fakest happiness I've ever seen in my freaking life in any form of video.
Watch the Talk Tour podcast.
What a fucking idiot.
Do you know Talk Tour? Do you know the
Talk Tour?
Yeah, I know. Gotta give me that hot tour.
What did you think about Mr. Beast's generational fall off?
What do you think first, Because I mean, anyone that thinks Mr. Beast is about anything other than making himself the richest YouTuber in the world has missed something. I've met his manager, Reed, 2 years ago. I had a video call. He's left him. I don't.
Maybe freeze from it. Same.
Yeah.
He was nice enough, but they were very much like, "How can you make us more money?" And I was like, "I mean, I like to make videos that are fun and educational." And like, "Yeah, but money. That's all we care about." And that day, after the call with Reed, I was going surfing with Felix.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, I'm actually going to see Felix in a minute." And they were like, we want to have Mr. Beast, Jimmy come over, and we're going to have this, we want to do like a handoff.
Why does he sound like some mafia boss? Bro, what is his voice?
From one YouTuber to the next, to the top of their game. And I was like,
because he is? Maybe.
Just fucking shit I've ever heard. Oh, yeah, great. And of course Felix wants that. Come on over and just... hand some sort of weird trophy or something. I was just very lame. I remember talking to Felix. I was just like, this is just so lame now.
I mean,
is this all YouTube is now?
Yeah,
is it all just money?
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, yeah, people do it for a craft and a lot of things, but bro, people want money. Are we gonna ignore the fact that people want money? Of course they want to have a secure life. I get I'll never discourage people for having money. I would never discourage anyone for taking a sponsor. It's who gives a damn? I feel like this is a weird approach to think about money. I mean, I think it's weird whenever somebody only fixation in life is money. That's annoying. That's weird. But I guess that's their only drive. I'll assume then, if there's no other passion in their life than seeing the number on the digit go up. But man, yeah.
Mostly.
And then he teamed up with Logan Paul, and that tells you what you
there's a difference between doing stuff and making money and just money. Yeah, there is. I think it's great whenever you can turn your passion into an earning fund, and if you earn a lot of money from it, that's good. You can keep doing your passion. I don't see the wrong in that.
Literally, he teamed up with Logan Paul, the biggest, can I say the C word?
Yeah.
Biggest fucking cunt.
True.
It is, right? I mean, everybody seems to have forgotten.
I think that I have watched one Mr. Beast video in my entire life, and we did a react on it. I've only watched one Mr. Beast video. It was very entertaining. I thought it was really high production. It looks kind of cool. But I always thought Mr. Beast was a really sweet and kind guy, and I thought it was great. And then you had all those allegations about him and stuff like that, and I didn't really know what to think about it. I didn't really focus too much on that. But if he is fine with working with Logan Paul and KSI and shit like that, I'm starting to think you know what? I think I'm gonna bat an eye. I'm gonna start batting an eye a little bit, because come on, man, these people actually only just focus on purely money and taking advantage of their fans. And they don't seem to do this for passion in any sort of way. It's only one goal, and it's really weird and cringe. So I'm thinking if you're starting to do branding with them and focusing on them, I think it's kind of hurting your reputation. I don't know much about him, but in my eyes, that has hurt his reputation in my eyes. I don't know what the change is for anyone else, but I think it seems very scummy.
What a massive cunt Logan Paul is.
Well, I mean, right? it's bad.
If he's not filming...
Dude, CDawg is trying not to be anyway in the position of losing any form of love around Logan Paul. That's crazy.
Recently taken their own life, literally from a tree in the forest.
True.
And making it about themselves. Somebody who has exploited their viewers through cryptocurrency scams. And you shouldn't be partnering with these sort of people.
it is an odd choice.
But
He does seem to like love Logan a lot, and business-wise.
But you and I know behind the scenes, you know, you've heard bad things about Mr. Beast for years.
Yeah, you hear rumors. I've heard a lot of rumors.
Yeah, right.
But, like nothing that's like substantial. It's just more like.
And I don't think he's like he's pure evil or anything like that.
No.
I just think people need to look past the philanthropy, which is solely designed for his own benefit. It's kind of like it's an incredible defensive system where. Yeah. You know, if you donate money and do some great things, and he has done great things, we can't deny that. If you can use that really as a sort of deterrent for any criticism, then you're doing it for the wrong reason. The philanthropy it always feels like it's there as a barrier to stop any criticism. And now that has stopped working because people have seen past that.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say because like philanthropy is always a tough one because obviously at the end of the day, it's still good even if.
Of course.
He's using it as a shield. You're like, all right, well, he's still doing it, you know?
How often can you use those things as an excuse for doing bad action? Like in the end of the day, you have a pot of good deeds and then you have where you ruin your reputation from using the good deed points to remove that idea. But how long can you do that until people will be like, maybe this ain't good?
But
and personally, I don't think he's done like something. I don't know shit about bad behind the scene, but I don't think he's done like something crazy that I would look at him as really wild or weird. I would never put him on the spot as Logan Paul at all, for example. It's just, I'm wondering why we're talking about this.
It feels like it is being used as a tool in some senses, but it's so hard to distinguish when it is and it isn't, right? Because like even if it is, it's like, well, it's still a good thing. It's hard to use that as a point like against him, but
I don't know. Like Jacksepticeye when he did the comment years ago. It was about a year ago now, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
A completely unrelated question. Do you like Mr. Beast? No. Do you think Mr. Beast ruined YouTube? Yes. Why? Because it became more about views, money, and popularity than it did about having fun.
You know, and he was like, I hate how
I feel like it's weird to put that whole blame on Mr. Beast. I think there's many other reasons that could be a case. I think there could be many other reasons. Maybe he's an anchor for it, but like there could be many other reasons.
About this and that, and then Mr. Beast went off on one, and they had to sort of apologize. But deep down, you know, Jack. That's what
also, again, what Mr. Beast have said, if he says something wrong, you gotta keep and remember that. In the end of the day, Mr. Beast like fucking he set up an action to clean up a whole like seaside of bunch of trash in the water. He's try to help people and stuff like that. And I think that a lot of people love to focus mostly on the negative actions that someone do and forget about the positive actions they've done. And I think the fact that he's taking that initiative is massive. Like the positive thing he's done is massive. And I don't think I will ever put that away from him. Even if he says something crazy or something bad in production, unless he's done something really, really insane.
Think. And recently with recent events,
he's so mature and so chill. He was just like, I just don't want to deal with this. This is not what I wanted it to be.
And you can tell.
Well, that's weird. Who says Mr. Beast isn't having fun making these videos where he bring his friends and places to stay for days straight? I don't know. Like, how are you gonna decide what someone else's feel?
You know, it's aged well. The clip's aged well.
But I'm Cook. Okay.
But anyway, yeah, and there's other things I could talk about this. Things I've seen, heard, read behind the scenes. Yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I've been waiting to say things a long time about that.
A good rule of thumb is that if you see a creator who seems like they have a lot of friends, they hang out with a lot of people, they're normally a bit more well adjusted, I think. There's a certain group of people or creators that you interact with and you're like, makes a lot of sense now why people didn't really hang out with them much.
What annoyed me, so remember the kid's blindness thing.
Oh, yeah.
Cured blindness, right? He cured blindness.
I know why I'm laughing at that. It's just the thumbnail. The thumbnail is so demonic.
Here's the dilemma. Like, it's one of those things. On the one hand, brilliant. He, you know, helped kids deal with blindness, which is really great. But I kind of, you can picture the meeting, having met his manager and talked to people behind it. You can picture that meeting, how it went in a room in North Carolina. We need to make more money. The team's got bigger. We need to increase our revenue by like 10%. Who's got some fucking awesome ideas out here? And they went, what if we do bomb a truck and throw a train off a cliff? We'll do it. Any others? Cure blindness. We could like cure 100 kids blindness. Yeah. Fucking, that's the one. That's going to get the headlines. And that is how it's not like he read an article and went, man, this issue is really bad. If we could make a documentary covering this topic about blindness that could be cured. That's the way to tackle it. You can make a really well-made documentary. He could cure blindness from 100 kids and still have the click-through rate that he demands and actually cover the subject in a serious matter. And yet, it was not that. It was cure the blindness, done, got my money. Here's the sponsor. Well, hey, done. Money. Noble acts, no doubt about it. You can tell he doesn't really care. It's just you turn up, make a quick video, back on a private jet to North Carolina. Just
well, I think the reason why I don't like a lot of those is that it does feel like creatively like void as well. Like there's nothing, like there's no story being pursued.
There's no story.
There's just money, give, problem fixed, goodbye.
And you just see things happen, events that are impressive. Like, oh, I bought $1 million yacht and I sat around in it. I rented $1 million yacht or whatever. But you just feel nothing because there's no emotion, no story, no plot behind it.
I think Chris is too old to understand Mr. Beast videos. And I'm saying this as someone that doesn't watch Mr. Beast. Because I feel like his target audience are clearly kids and young teenagers. Like, that's clearly his audience. That's his focus. He's trying to make it spontaneous, active. Look at this fancy stuff. Look at this and that. I mean... I think it's clearly not for him, and I don't think the emotion he's trying to portray and display in that medium is for him to understand.
Just things happening, and this is what I just hate it. I hate what YouTube's become.
Well,
but I realise the audience, the kids, mostly under 14, naive, don't understand what's going on. But
have a good one, Rose. Have fun.
And they'll be drinking Prime, and the next generation is, for lack of a better word, fucked.
Yeah, I mean, there's
also, I think it's. I want to say one thing. Like, I'm not gonna disagree with Chris in every regard. I think he's free to think what he thinks. Right? He's been on YouTube for ages. But like, I think if you think a shit is bad and you think this meta's ass, how about you make something better and change it? Like, make something better and change it. Like, don't blame others for changes you disagree with or dislike. How about you just make something better and change it? Make the next form of YouTube videos that are more, that has that passion you're looking for.
Videos where I feel like he's done
I like a lot. Look how Connor is struggling, by the way. Connor is really struggling because Connor is really brand friendly. He's trying to be friends with everybody. He wants to be friends with everybody. He wants to chill with everybody. And I'm not saying that Connor is lying. I think he's just a guy that likes talking to everybody. He just likes being, he has his opinions, but he just as an individual, he likes being friendly toward everyone he meets. And he just feels like it's burning some bridges to just fucking cook like Chris is right now. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Of like
nothing wrong with it.
There's other times where I'm like, man, I feel like the need to have the video be about what you're doing and yourself is sometimes the thing that holds back the video and it makes it kind of boring. I feel like there's so many interesting stories that other people have that you could show off if you gave them the time. But
I used to sort of respect him for the sense of the hard work and the grinding aspect of it, and I respect any creator who's done well on YouTube because often there's a lot of time, effort, thought has gone into that. But somewhere along the timeline,
burning bald,
last year or two, the scales have tipped and it's all become a bit ugly.
It's all just boring, which I feel like is the saddest part of this.
Yeah, I watched him.
It's so boring.
Drive a train off a cliff into a pit,
the worst one.
And he bombed it, and he blew up a tank, and you're just sitting there like, oh, I don't care, man. Because at the core of a video is a story and people and a plot and narrative and him. It's just there's the humor and the nothing. It's just boring. That's the future of the internet. So get ready, fasten your seatbelts. It's about to get
cool, you're adorable.
Yeah, I wouldn't have exploded about this, but the day I saw Beast team up with Logan Paul,
ignore the people.
What do you mean you don't want electrolytes in your kids' foods?
I was, you know.
Are you getting enough electrolytes? I think I'm concerned. Are you getting enough?
You weren't here the time he did the everything wrong in Japan thing, right?
I laughed. I was like, of course he did the go-karts. The go-karts.
Oh my god.
The go-karts in Tokyo. Because you see them. They go, rum, 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 rum. Everyone's having a lovely day in Shibuya. The sun's shining, the birds are singing, hop, skip, and a jump, and then like,
they're everywhere.
And like 8 dozen fucking go-karts come past.
Shibuya is also kind of quiet. Hello, how you doing?
Go-karts, but he popularized it, and now they're unstoppable. And everyone in Tokyo hates it.
It's so annoying because it's like there's so much cooler shit you could have done. Yeah. And you picked the one thing that was lame.
It's not just annoying though. It's literally very dangerous. Like it's not going to end well, and it doesn't end well. Crashing into taxi drivers. Crashing into my favourite fish and chip shop in Roppongi.
Oh yeah, they did do that. They did crash into the fish and chip shop.
Cunts.
Forgot about that.
Fuck. But yeah, hopefully there's no blowback from saying things.
I remember.
No, I don't think so. And
this is at a point where.
Also, how you doing?
So it's not like Connor and I are ranting about it.
I'm okay with burning my Lunchly sponsor opportunity.
Well, you won't be in a Mr. Beast video now, will you?
No, I won't.
That's your biggest dream. You know, my favorite thing about Mr. Beast is how in every interview he's like, we literally put all our money back into investing in content. He makes that like he's a genius businessman.
Yeah.
Everybody does that. Everybody invests their revenue back into producing things. That's not like, he's not a normal businessman. Like, oh, it's just I've got an idea. Let's put our revenue and profit
Name
into.
one business that does.
Everyone
Momo.
does it.
Actually,
Everyone.
Nintendo does.
How you doing, Momo?
Nintendo does.
Yeah, Nintendo does.
Too
Nintendo's
busy-
the most cash-rich company
Too
in
busy
Japan.
taking
from?
down YouTubers for using their music.
Well, you know, I'm just glad we have like a comic book villain to all rally behind. That
We're
we all...
talking about Logan Paul. Oh my god, we're comic book. He is a comic book villain in a kind of way. It's kind of crazy what Logan Paul does. I gotta watch From. I've had a lot of people tell me I should watch From. Like a lot of people have been telling me to watch it. I gotta start watching it one day.
really dislike on YouTube. Good to have
And
someone.
he's partnered with the biggest YouTuber on the platform.
Yeah.
It is an odd choice that he seemed to
Oh, yeah.
go with it.
I think
hey,
his
it is
PR
what it
team would
is.
have been
It is-
like,
yeah,
hey,
don't do this.
Jimmy bro,
Don't
maybe
do
we
this."
shouldn't, like, given all the terrible things that have been happening these last 6 months,
Yeah.
maybe we shouldn't partner with the guy who marks the dead. No, I'll just make a lunchbox with him. I'll make a lunchbox with this piece of shit drink that's so bad senators in the US have sort of wondered about banning it. Fucking
Yeah, it's not ideal, is
caffeinated
it?
prime
It's not
shit.
ideal.
Oh,
I think it's like a little funny. Like, I think the whole idea of Lunchly is so dog shit. First of all, energy drink to kids, like, you're not allowed to drink energy drink most places in Europe unless you're 16 or 18. Kids should not be drinking energy drink. And I drank energy drink when I was when I was 13, like crazy, and 12, like crazy. But they should not. They shouldn't. It's bad for them. It's ass. It's so much sugar. It's so much caffeine. It's just ass. It's not good for them. And then Lunchly as well. I looked at that stuff. Now, I don't have Lunchables or Lunchly or anything where I live. But whenever I looked at that, I just saw it. And I thought to myself, what parent buy this for their kids? Like, how lazy are you to buy this to your kid? This is awful. This is like super processed food. This whole bag of mixture is kind of like there's no nutrients from this. This is just all negative for you in every regard.
anyway, I'm off to watch the Talk to podcast. Yeah.
Well, that's it. I mean, I think they're right in some regard, but I also disagree with a lot of things. I think there's just in the end of the day, we all can agree that this Lunchly shit is ass. Like, what is this? I don't care if the creator want to make money. Like, every creator wants to make money in some form. But I don't think I can really say that somebody is their whole goal is money, because I don't live in their brain. I don't know what they're saying. I don't know what they're thinking. So I just think that in some way, though, the partnership Mr. Beast has kind of done with Logan Paul and stuff has, after all of those allegations, it has kind of ruined his rep. I think it has ruined his rep. I think he looks kind of weird, and it's kind of, maybe this is true color. Maybe he's only focuses money. Maybe he only care about it. I don't know. But these things that are happening recently definitely do show that kind of thought process. And I think Chris was just trying to be, he popped off. He popped off. I think he could even pop off even harder. But what do you think? Tell me down below. If you like this video, like the video itself. Sub to the channel if you want to watch more videos. And also come by my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/adley, if you want to watch more live with us. I'll see you there. Let me see. My first lost Prime. Dude, I've never had Prime. I'm not testing it. The thing is, children has enough electrolytes to do whatever their kids do. But when you add more electrolyte to a healthy body, it causes a lot of more problems down the line. It's not good for it. There's no point for it. I see no reason to buy that. But anyways, yeah. Peace.